Good morning. It is the start of week number 4. Excuse me. And first, I want to go back over last week. I apologize, but last Wednesday, I forgot to open all of the files for the assignments on percentages. I got distracted making a video. The video wouldn't upload, and I just made a mistake. So I did not catch that until midweek. Because of that, I have extended that task on percentages. I'm pretty sure it's task 7 until tomorrow night, Thursday, February 5th at midnight. So typically our due dates are Tuesday, but I did extend that one task to Thursday night at midnight due to my mistake. I want to talk a little bit about discussion boards. We don't have a discussion board this week, but I failed to mention this, but before you post on a discussion board thread, you should always read mine as an example. I typically post before it even opens up, so mine would always be the first one there. I kind of give you a jump start on what the discussion board post should look like, and then you can kind of just copy my post with your own, example or experiences. But I made some comments to you all this past week. A lot of you didn't answer the questions on that unit rate discussion board. I also want to comment about responses. Just saying, "Hi, Leslie, eggs have increased in price." That's not significant. Somebody wrote about crackers increasing in price, and then someone responded very specifically about Townhouse crackers and how that had impacted them. Your response needs to elaborate something personal to that post. Just saying, yes, gas is expensive. That doesn't elaborate the conversation. Okay, yes, gas is expensive because that's what the original person wrote about. So you need to be careful with your responses. I'm not going to give you credit or full credit for the responses if they're just kind of one-word comments. So just be careful for that. We don't have a discussion board this week, but we will have one next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. And so this past week, you studied proportions and percentages. This is the most important topic in this entire class. I also think it's one of the hardest weeks of the entire class. So if you can make it through week 3 and 4, there's a couple other sections that are kind of challenging, but I think weeks 3 and 4 are the most difficult. So that kind of gives you some motivation to really put in the hard work this week and next week. And then we're going to come to an easier topic after this. So that's where we were last week. This week, today is starting week 4. It is December 5th. And I am getting ready to make a Collaborate. So as soon as I finish this video, I will get on Collaborate. If you're not able to join us, I ask that you go back and watch that session. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be going over percentage problems from the textbook. And we have a test coming up, and that's a particularly tricky topic. So even if you can't participate live, I ask that you watch it later. We have a review this week over everything that we studied: unit rates, ratios, proportions, percentages. You have a short, it's not super long, it's not super difficult. It's called the Flooring Lab, and it talks about putting flooring in your house, different types of flooring and different percentages that you're going to use for each of the rooms in your house. You're going to submit that to me on Moodle with a PDF file. I had a couple of issues with submissions on that first practical practice, but I think I addressed those with those people individually. So I'm looking forward to having just a really smooth experience opening those flooring labs and getting those graded. Next week, we have a proctored test. So it opens on February 12th, and you need to make your proctored appointment this week. I know that's hard to kind of project what you're going to be doing in 8 or 10 or 12 days, but it's really important that you get your proctor appointment set up, especially if you're using ProctorU, which is the online proctoring service. You need to, test your equipment before taking that test. You need to make your exam 72-hour reservation in advance. That way Richmond Community College will pay for it. So you can't just decide, oh, I'm bored, I think I'll take my test and hop on. You have to have set up your proctor appointment. And ProctorU requires 72 hours if you want Richmond Community College to pay for it. Otherwise, you have to pay for it. I think it's about $10. And then the last thing is, since we started our course, this class has actually had incredible participation in our MyOpenMath assignments. But I am going to go back right now at 10:26 a.m. and reopen all of the tasks up to this point. And so if there's a task that you didn't do, which again, most of you have done all your tasks with no problem, but maybe you didn't get the grade that you were happy with, maybe you just want to go back and re-practice it for the upcoming test. But I'm getting ready to open up this morning all of the old MyOpenMath tasks. You do not have to repeat them. You do not have to correct them. But I am going to open them this week since it's our test review if you want to have access to those. And if you would like to improve your grade, you didn't make 100 the first time, you're welcome to do so. That will show up in Moodle as you correct it. So if you have any questions, let me know. So far, this class is going really well. One of my better online classes I've ever had. Great participation on the assignments, great completion rates, great responses in terms of communication. If I email you or Moodle message you, I've had a lot of great responses when I've reached out to this class. So I appreciate your cooperation, and if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a good week, and join me on the Collaborate at, it's going to be about 11 o'clock this morning. Thanks.